In this tutorial, you will learn how to create SharePoint, Azure Entra ID app registration credentials, which will enable your agents to access your SharePoint documents through a Microsoft SharePoint external integration. Before proceeding, you need to ensure you have created an application in Microsoft Azure granting access to the specific SharePoint sites you will use as data sources. For more information on this process, check out the SharePoint Azure Entra ID app registration documentation page. First, click on Credentials and Models in the menu to view the list of credentials. Next, click on Add Credentials to begin creating new credentials. As you can see, there are two types of SharePoint credentials. In this tutorial, we will focus on the SharePoint Azure Entra ID app registration credentials, which is the recommended method. Click on SharePoint Azure Entra ID app registration. Begin by assigning a name to the credentials. Next, select who can edit the credentials. Here we will limit editing permissions so that only the creator can make changes. Next, provide the URL of your SharePoint tenant in the format https://yourtenant.sharepoint.com. Provide the directory, tenant ID, linked to the application you created and registered in Microsoft Azure. This corresponds to the tenant ID of your organization in Azure. Provide the application, client ID of the dedicated Azure application you created and registered in Microsoft Azure. Provide the client secret of the application. Next, click on Add Credentials to finalize the creation. The credentials should now be available with the success status in the list of credentials.